Welcome back again. We are in conversation with Professor Satinder Dhiman, who is the Professor of Management from the Woodbury University, Burbank, California. Professor Sir, once again, hearty welcome. And it's such a pleasure to have so much of beautiful inputs coming from your side.
Absolutely pleasure.
Yeah. In the last episode, Professor Sahab discussed with us onto the creativity part, and particularly Do Schools Kill Creativity by Sir Ken Robinson. Now, Professor Sahab, I wish to share over here with you, in one of the books which I have read, authored by him, that education has got four purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Ken Robinson says that education has got the first purpose called economic purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Every parent is interested that my child should start earning at the earliest of the age.
Education institutions have become employment agencies. Sir.
The second part of the education, he says, is culture.
Mm-hmm.
The third part, he says, social.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth part, he says, personal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk about the cultural part, the
Mm-hmm.
second part, because creativity we have talked about,
Mm-hmm.
the economic part, by and large, we understand it very well. The cultural part, the cultural ethos, when we talk about, how would you fit in with the education system, the cultural part?
Sure. Sharma Sahab, the beauty of culture is,
Hmm.
now let's look at the word culture and let's look at how anthropologists who study culture.
Mhm.
They say that there are three aspects of culture,
Okay.
meaning culture gets transmitted from one generation to another
Mhm.
through three ways.
Okay.
Number one, language.
Mhm.
So language is very important.
Language is very
There
important.
is no Sanskriti without Sanskrit. Please.
Yes.
That's the point.
Yes.
So language is fundamental.
Okay.
Second thing is family.
Second is family.
The values, the ethos that we
Okay.
nurture in a family.
Okay. Okay.
That's how the culture gets. Third is
Okay.
some sort of faith. You call it religion, you call it
Mhm.
spirituality. There are no examples in the history of humankind.
Let's go over all three again once.
Right.
First
Number
is
one is the language.
language. Okay. Which we pick up from our parents, our family, our environment.
The culture gets transmitted through language.
Through language.
Right.
Okay.
This is
okay.
the difference between us and animals.
Okay.
Second thing is school. Second is family.
Family. Okay. Okay.
And within the family, there is a teaching going on.
Okay.
Our first teachers are our
Okay.
parents.
Okay. That's why we always earlier it used to be in a little different context. They used to say, whenever your child is getting married, see the family.
Yes.
See the family, how they are.
Culture. That's where the culture comes
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Now,
Third,
the third thing
faith.
is faith.
Hmm.
There has to be some sort of understanding.
it may be a spiritual faith, it may be a religious faith,
And also,
it may be
it may be even non-religious.
non-religious.
That is also a faith.
Yeah.
If you say that I
Yeah.
don't believe in whatever,
Okay.
that's also a faith.
Okay.
But there has to be some philosophy of life to make sense,
Mhm.
to say what's the meaning of life, where am I going,
Mhm.
why am I here.
Mhm.
So this is a part of culture.
So culture should be integral part of education system.
Yes, without culture,
Okay.
not only just education system.
Mhm.
You know, when we talk about good companies like Apple, we talk about Google,
Mhm.
we talk about the culture. What is the culture of working? at Google?
Working culture.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
culture is fundamental, not only in life, but
Mhm.
also in education and also in the workplace.
Mhm.
So culture is fundamental.
Mhm.
I will give you an example from Indian culture,
Mhm.
which talks about teachers and learners.
Mhm.
Indian culture, one of the great sages have said
Mhm.
that learn, and you will like it because I know you like this topic. Learning has four parts.
Okay.
Like the four parts you said, I'm going to do parallel. with Sir
Learning
Ken
has
Ram-
got four parts.
four parts.
Okay.
The very first part is self-study.
Okay. Self-study.
Swadhyay.
Yeah.
A student has to study. A
Mhm.
student has to be ready.
Mhm.
You can't just come and say, I can start anywhere.
Mhm.
So that part, you have to do your homework. so to
Yeah.
speak.
Understood.
Second,
Mhm.
25% of learning depends upon self-study.
Okay.
25% learning depends upon the teacher.
Okay.
If you're lucky
Okay.
and the teacher is gifted
Okay.
and teacher loves teaching,
Okay.
there's a resonance between student
Okay.
and teacher, 25%. The next 25%
Mhm.
depends upon the social interaction
Okay.
among
Social
the peers.
interaction.
Among the
Okay.
peers.
Okay.
We are sitting in a class,
Mhm.
teacher is teaching, he or she gave us a project,
Mhm.
we are working as a group project.
Mhm.
So we learn through interacting with our peers,
Mhm.
with our peer group.
Mhm.
That is 25%.
Mhm.
Now,
So that makes 75%.
only 25,
Yeah.
25, 25.
Yes.
What about the last
Self-learning, teachers,
Uh-huh.
peer group,
Uh-huh.
and last 25%?
25? Guess. Can you guess?
Once again,
The last 25%, which is the most important, depends upon anubhav, experience, passage of time.
Okay.
So see how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
So when we blame education system is not working, we like to blame on teachers only. But teachers are only 25% of the job. Students have to take the blame.
Okay.
Students have to take blame for not interacting.
Okay.
And then certain part will only become clear
Okay.
when you will experience in life.
Okay.
And when you go through life through those changes, then you appreciate it.
Okay.
If you remember these 4 things, then you will have a realistic understanding how learning takes place.
First part is very clear to me, 25% self-learning. Second part is very clear to me, 25% teachers.
Contribution.
The third part you told, the social group or the peer group.
Right. Team learning.
So that once again is in the context of the 4 walls of the educational institution.
It can be anywhere. It can be virtual. It could be virtual teams.
It can be virtual teams also.
Yes.
So technology can also be blended over
100%.
Okay. And the last 25%?
That comes with time.
Anubhav. With time.
Anubhav.
With age.
Right.
With experience.
With experience. With understanding. With maturity. There's a maturation which has to take place.
Okay.
And a teacher has to understand that this is how learning takes. There are 4 padas, 4 steps, 4 dimensions of.
Okay.
And one has to go through that.
Okay. Wonderful. This particular episode also had been very eye-opening, and I'm pretty sure that our youngsters, our youth, children, those are going to schools and colleges, they also will understand and they will try and follow. And our teachers also would like to contribute that 25% the best possible way in the entire system.
It is our responsibility.
Yeah. And at the same time, helping them in the self-learning also, and the third part, the peer group also.
Sharma ji, it is like 4 wheels of a car. If one, you cannot, you see, some people say 75% marks is very good. No. Imagine if there are only 3 wheels. Will the car run? No. All 4 wheels have to be actually functioning in a good condition.
Yes. The entire series which we are developing and which we are taking up with Professor Satinder Dhiman, who's the management guru in the Indian context and who has contributed a lot to the humanity. Various books he has authored. In the next book, he has got another wonderful book called Gandhian Leadership. I'm going to introduce this book and I will take on one chapter also from here. I will share with all of you. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for being with us. Thanks very much, Professor Saab, to be with us.
My pleasure.
And I would request all our viewers, subscribe our channel, youtube.com/GSMotivator. Also like us, follow us or comment us on the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Don't go away. We will be meeting soon, Professor Saab and all of you.
Thank you.